Hi everyone, welcome back to the channel. We're talking about AeternoBlade 2 for the Nintendo Switch. So without further ado, let's make a start on that review. If you haven't heard of this game before, the original came out on the 3DS. Now it's a mixture between hack and slash RPG, stroke platformer, stroke puzzler. There's an awful lot in there, and I think because there's so much in there, you will find something you like, or it might be that there's too much in there and you absolutely hate it all. The story is a little bit confusing, so I'm going to sum it up in a couple of sentences as quickly as I can. You take control of Freya, Bernard, and Felix, and you basically have to destroy the Dark Abyss. That pretty much sums it up. If I tried to explain the story much deeper than that, I think I would take up a good hour of video, so let's keep it nice and simple. The game has a really fun concept that sees you playing most of the game as a side-scroller platformer, but then it also goes into a 3D mode when you come across maybe bigger enemies, and I've really loved this concept. It's a really easy game as you're playing that side-scroller, and then you notice I've got to kind of adjust the camera angle, and I've got to go into more of a 3D kind of battle, and that's a really fun aspect. The game has multiple fighting styles ranging from ground combat and aerial combat, as well as some sort of time traveling combat as well. You have your heavy attack, your light attack, and then your standard attack, and you can combine these to get the biggest combo possible. As you can see from the gameplay here, there's a variety of enemies both on the ground and then also in the air as well. I think graphically this game looks really good in handheld mode, and remember all of my reviews are taken from handheld mode. Now, the issues do come when you start to play this in a bigger screen. The cutscenes and just the general gameplay, they are affected by a bigger screen. When you're playing it in handheld mode, it does look really nice, it's not blown out of proportion, and the cutscenes do look really well done. But as I say, once that screen starts to get bigger, it does look a little bit sloppy, it doesn't look that nice to look at. So for me, I've really enjoyed it because I've played it through in handheld mode. If you play this game more on the TV, on a bigger screen, I think you could be disappointed. One of the key abilities to the game is the time paradox action. Now what this is it records you playing the game, and then you press cancel, and it creates an alternative timeline, and you use this for defeating various enemies, but also you'll use it a lot when you're trying to do various puzzles and certain areas of the game, and it's a really fun aspect of the game. So as you can see from the gameplay footage, I've used that action to help me defeat various enemies, but then I've also used it to try and complete the puzzles as well. And the puzzles are some more complicated than others, some are just downright frustrating, but again, it adds into the whole element of the game, being a platformer, kind of RPG elements, and also that hack and slash mechanic as well. The game has obviously now been out around 18 months, so the developers have had chance to obviously add updates, make sure the game isn't crashing anymore. Now, some of the reviews I've read and watched, they were obviously done as soon as the game was released. I think those reviewers should go back and replay the game. I've not had any issues with crashing, I've not had to restart the game, anything like that. Yes, there are a few issues with frame rates dropping because there's a lot going on the screen, but I haven't had any issues with crashing. So don't let those old reviews kind of stop you from enjoying this game. I've absolutely loved it. It's only £10 to buy physically, and it is currently on the eShop in the sale as well. I think it was at about £15, which is not a bad price for the game. There is some DLC that you can buy for the game. There is an arena mode, which basically puts you up against numerous enemies. The game does recommend you complete the story before you actually download that. And then there's random sort of outfits you can buy as well if you want to, that give you various improvements of the character. Now, to sum up the game, if you want to get the most out of this game, I would recommend playing through entirely in handheld mode. Like I say, putting it on that big screen, I think is just going to ruin the experience. I've absolutely loved it. I think you'll really enjoy this if you want kind of a different take on a platformer. But thanks a lot for watching, everyone. Don't forget to obviously like the video, leave a comment below, and then subscribe to the channel if you're new. Thanks a lot for watching, everyone.